Hey everyone, this is Lomi, and today I'm doing a quick and easy mod to give a doll earrings. I'll be airbrushing Kit's mods to match soon, and I wanted to do the modification first so I don't accidentally scrape off the paint. I had already drilled through one side before I realized I should be filming. I started by marking the doll's earlobes with a mechanical pencil. Dolls are not often perfectly symmetrical, so I've just sort of done my best to make sure the holes will be even. To do this mod, you can use a power drill like a Dremel, but I prefer this little pin vise or hand drill because it gives me a lot more control. Mine came with a lot of different sizes of drill bits, down to some that are only as thick as a cat's whisker. The bit I've chosen is a little thicker than the wire I intend to use for the earrings. Before I get started, I also put on my respirator, which is not pictured, but anytime you're modifying resin, it's important to use proper OVP 95 rated respiratory protection, as both the dust and the resin fumes are dangerous to inhale. When drilling through the doll's ear, it's important to go slowly so you don't crack the resin. You also want to go as close to straight through as possible instead of angling backward toward the same point on the back of the earlobe, because dolls aren't like people. Their earlobes won't flex if the earring back presses into the skin of their neck or jaw. I angle the drill a little at first, simply to get the hole started because the bit slides a little and I want it to stay right on top of that pencil mark. Once it's started, I put my thumb between the drill and the doll's face to avoid any accidental scratches, then just slowly work through. My particular pin vise has a flat piece at the end that turns separately from the rest of the hand drill. That part goes against the fleshy part of my palm at the base of my little finger, and I can use that to apply forward pressure while my fingers turn the rest of the drill. Pretty handy. Then it's just a matter of slowly going through. It takes 3 or 4 minutes to pierce one ear. I slow down as the bit pierces the back of the ear to make sure nothing chips or cracks. Then I finish the edges of the new holes by smoothing them a little with a piece of 600 grit sandpaper. If any dust remains in the holes, you can clean it out with the drill bit. The drill bit should be able to slide freely back and forth in the hole. Once it does, then that's pretty much it. The doll can now wear earrings. But maybe you don't want to permanently modify your doll. That was how I felt with Rune, so I used another method for his earrings. They're actually just glued on, even the ones on the helix. The ones that might seem tricky are the rings. For hoop-style earrings, I use jewelry jump rings. These come in a variety of sizes, thicknesses, and metal types, so there's something to suit every doll. And for the tiny studs, I use glass microbead glitter. This isn't as popular now as it was a few years ago, so it can be harder to find, but one container costs $3 or $4 and will last you for like $1 million dolls, so you really only have to buy it once. To apply the earrings, I use regular old Elmer's school glue. You'll also want a needle or pin to apply the glue with, tweezers to place rings, and if you're using rings, wire cutters will help. Most jump rings already have a split in them. You can pull them open at this point, but if you want to keep the earring really round, just cut a notch out of it instead. I cut not quite a quarter out of this ring, and then it slips perfectly onto the ear of Lumia, my Impel doll Lydia. If I were to apply a drop of glue to the middle of her earlobe and then put this ring on and hold it a moment or two, that's all I would have to do. You can add extra glue to the back if you're worried about it adhering. But I want Lumia to have stud earrings, not rings, so I'll use the micro beads. I apply the glue first, dabbing the glue onto her ear with the tip of the needle. Then, with the needle still sticky with a bit of glue, I poke a single micro bead, and the needle will pick it up. This can then be placed in the glue on the doll's ear and pushed around with the tip of the needle to position it. I'll zoom in and show you again. Once the glue dries, it pretty much becomes invisible, so you don't have to worry about being too precise. And if you're not happy with how it looks in the end, you can just dampen it with water, wipe off the glue, and try again. This can be used anywhere on a doll without damaging a face-up or body blushing, so if you decide to change the earrings later, it's easily removed with a bit of water. Super easy. This same process works well for facial piercings on dolls too. You can also use little studs and half pearls from nail art kits though. As for Kit's earrings, I might use a jump ring for that, twisting it open sideways, and then pinching it closed once it's through her ear to give her permanent earrings. But I've also made a few miniature earrings with fish wire hooks, so I'll probably use those most of the time. Now that Kit's earrings are done, hopefully I'll be able to do her face up soon. That's all for today though. Thanks for watching. Bye.